And we should be live. Let's check. Well, it says I'm live, and I've got a preview. I am live. What's our stream health? Stream health is healthy. They don't really give any other data besides like that. They don't say like whether or not like there's the data rate or anything else. I wonder if there's a way to find that. All right, so today is Friday. It is the Friday of the sort of test week that I was doing on YouTube streaming, and that means that starting next week on Monday, this is no longer going to be a test. It's going to be the real thing. I'm going to be doing for the entire month of April. Now, there's going to be some caveats because some of the days in April, I'm going to be on travel and so won't have access to good internet. So those days, I'll just note down when I'm not going to be able to stream. But besides that, on most days, I'm going to be streaming this warm-up stream at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. And I'll advertise this out so that we actually get real watchers starting next week. I haven't really used my YouTube channel before, so that's the reason why it hasn't been very popular this week. But I have been able to sort of play with this technology. I'm not really sure what to do with this like opening screen yet, because on Twitch there's this standard that everybody uses of this like starting soon, and I don't think I've seen that very often in the YouTube community. But I might end up building my own or something. And I don't really have anything like a nifty animation. I have like a countdown timer for the command line. I'm not really sure I want to use that, but I think things will be fine. All right, and I decided what I'm going to be working on for this next month. I'm going to be working on learning Rust. So specifically, the Rust book. I wonder if yeah, here we go. The Rust programming language book, second edition. Now, so this apparently is still in beta. They're still like working on this book. So we may run into problems when we get like later on here, but they say that it's like almost they had claimed it was pretty second edition complete. It's still under construction, that it was far enough along to learn most of Rust. So we were just reading the second edition, then checking the first edition later. Okay, so I am definitely going to go through the second edition here. We're going to do everything. Last night, as I was deciding whether or not I wanted to, I went through this chapter 1, which is the installation, hello world, and what their plan is for the updates. And I have that sort of set in this new repo here, learning Rust. So I'll be going over this again with on Monday, just sort of going over like what is going on here, how does the everything work, and then I'll be working on the first like real programming part, which is this guessing game, which includes actual programming things that do more than just print hello world to the screen. So I have a lot of friends who have used Rust and or are learning Rust specifically, and what they tell me is it's a very different language. It's a little bit difficult to learn, but it is aiming to be a more modern version of C. Initially, I was thinking about just actually using C itself and doing a lot of programming things in that, but Rust is aiming to sort of not necessarily replace C altogether, but be a toolkit, like be a modern systems language. So low level, memory management, but with modern like safety built in for thread safety. And I think that's going to be like an interesting tool to use, because already you can use Rust for WebAssembly, and I think that's that is where like the really big things are going to come in. Mozilla currently is leading up the Rust development, and also they're building the new Firefox browser with it. In fact, that new Quantum update, the new parts of that built in Rust. So I'm really excited about that. I think it's be fun to first go through this book, learn Rust, and then probably I'm going to go through the Nature of Code book, and then use. I was given, I think it was. Oh, I need to look this up now. I was given a couple examples of what I could use as a sort of like game engine in Rust. Let's see if I can find it. All right, so they suggest Piston or GJez. Let's go take a look at that. Piston Rust. GJez Rust. A modular game engine written in Rust. All right, let's take a look at this. Okay, so I mean, the idea is that we're going to be able to set these new windows here. We can tell what the size is, and then we can draw things on it. Oh, I bet RGB alpha, is that what this is? For red, and then the location or size? That'll be so it'll be interesting to sort of play around with both of these and figure out where we want to go. And these things are built with it. So I'll probably be doing those things. Previously, I was doing Lua and Love2D, or processing, or P5 JS. Looks like they have a decent number of like actual games here, and then a bunch of tests, sort of like playing with the engine. Puzzle Fighter Sword Fighting Clone. That sounds interesting. All right, and then there's GJez here. Let's take a look at that. Rust library to create good games easily. More specifically, GJez is a lightweight game framework for making 2D games with minimum friction. It aims to implement an API based upon a Rustified version of the Love game framework. So Love2D is the framework that I was using with Lua. So I'm like, if they're attempting to be very similar to this, this might be really easy to sort of get into. Thus, it contains portable 2D drawing, sound, resource loading, and event handling. Yeah, so I could see, okay, they're setting up event listeners, and then functions for update, draw, and then of course they have their main function. And update and draw will probably be called often. This is where I'm going to be calling. So all the symbols here that are in Rust, like the double colons, these are the things that we'll be learning about in the book. Because there's some things that are fairly easy to understand. like based upon C, extern, create, use, gjs. These are sort of our imports. We're bringing these in. We have a structure main state. Looks like just some kind of object or dictionary that we're using. And this is probably like some kind, and I haven't actually like looked too much at how functional programming Rust is. So Rust lang, let's see what they say about that. Because one thing that I did notice is that we see here in like let s equals the main state. By default, all of the variables that we create in Rust are going to be immutable, which is why we see these things like mute in order to mutate the variable. So I think it is interesting. So does this mean that we're not going to be able to change the main state? I don't know. So playing with both of these would be very interesting. Now, the last time I looked at, like, I'd actually looked at the Rust language, it was in beta still. It hadn't released 1.0. So this, it's gonna be very interesting. And my friend is rerunning the Rust meetup in town, so I'll actually be able to hang out with Rust developers again. All right, so if we've got this, one other thing that I want to do is sort of start setting this up for Monday. So we're going to be changing this. What are we going to call this stream? I'd initially thought of something like warming up with Brooks, but this makes it a really long title if then I say something like learning Rust. I mean, so I could do that. Learning the Rust language. And then I want the description. So what do we have here? It is welcome, or I'll just say live stream where I, Brooks, wake myself up in the morning with fun side projects and well, I guess with fun side project with silly fun side projects, silly side projects, and sort of algorithm practice. Currently, I am learning Rust language in preparation to use it to code the nature of code exercises. Check out the backlog of, what do I have? I have a backlog of sort of like ideas. Want to see where I have a backlog of ideas for this stream and then I want to now go to GitHub. And we have our live stream here. I have this random walkthrough. I'm probably gonna I might end up changing that around and removing that. I might change it there. I don't know what the sort of like the format of how I want to store things in this repo is, but in my issues, which I'm gonna want to clean this up a little bit, I was planning on using this so people can comment on them, people can add new issues, and thumbs up the ones they really like. So for example, I'm gonna have learning Rust first, and then working through the nature of codebook using Rust, and then they'll sort of like figure out what other little things we want to do in the morning after that. So let's take this URL, come back here. All right, I have a backlog of ideas for the stream. Please, if you see something you want me to build, then upvote and comment on it. Don't see something that you want me to build, add it as an issue. All right, I like that this is changing these saves as I do them, and I don't have to remember to click some kind of save button, because that would be terrible. I think I want to put in here I plan this stream is scheduled for 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Yeah, I'll just say Mountain Time. Every weekday. I tweet out shortly before I begin each stream at, okay. Maybe I want to keep that all in one place. So I tweet out shortly before I stream, and definitely if I am going to miss a stream. And then as I like complete projects, I can probably have some kind of like link to where those projects are living on GitHub, and maybe even as I'm doing them right now. As I currently, I'm learning Rust language. Take a, you can follow along with the book at, and let's go find this book here. Same thing. Okay. Book it there. My code. See, I kind of wonder if this should be a list. Is there a preview for this? Will I be able to see that? I can change these around, but I don't think that really helps. My code will be visible. The code can be found at, and then here this is. I also want to watch. Boom. All right, so I'm going to want to put these same links into the issues that way if people just go to the issues, they can like see, oh, this is what I'm currently working on, and here's the links to where to find that stuff. All right, so I think that's it for this description here. I want to schedule. Oh, can I not schedule while I'm actually streaming? That's kind of funny. Stream options. Oh, so you could look back 4 hours, make archive unlisted. No, it's fine to be public. Yeah, I definitely want more real-time interaction with this. I don't think I need low latency. And definitely no added delay. What advanced settings do we have? Oh my gosh, this is too overload of choices. Don't need those. All right. So I've heard about this thing about cards, and this feels like the overlay thing that you get on Twitch. Let's just try putting the card, and then I'll go take a look. I want to look at this on mobile to see if they show up here. My channel. Oh, cool. So it actually updated. It updated the entire description already for this stream itself. So that's actually really interesting to see. Okay, so I have that. What I want to do then is video playlist. I could do that, but I don't want to. Channel, donation, poll, link to improve website. Not enabled. Why is that? Oh, I need to join the YouTube partner program. All right, so if I want to link, for example, to like the Rust language book or anything else, I would need to join the YouTube partner program. Well, so this entire test for April, sort of like to determine if I feel that this is worth it more than Twitch. And then I have to then I'll be deciding, okay, do I want to go back to Twitch or not? I don't like this red line. It makes me feel, oh, it's not good, but then no, it's healthy. Poll. Encourage viewers to participate in the poll. So what does that look like? Do I like one or A or B? A, B. So I can't see it here. I have this. Do I see the poll on my I'm looking at my screen over here, like on an iPad that I have, and I don't see the poll show up. Maybe this is something I'll need to use on, unless like it's hidden somewhere. Captions, quality, report, play. Yeah, I don't see any like options to enable it on mobile. So that's kind of sad that like this poll would not be available. Is chat available even for if I'm on mobile? No. Oh, top chat. Okay, so chat is available. I just can't like fill out any polls with any cards or something, unless it's like I've not done it correctly and they're not being used. Because I have Oh, this I there. Can I find that I here? I can't. Can't see it. So I'm guessing no on mobile. Let's I want to open up Google Chrome. I don't think I have I'm logged in. So if I go to youtube.com, yeah, I'm not signed in. Let's do what did I even call this the stream? Warming up with Brooks. Let's search for that. Warming up with Brooks. Here is the card. Oh, and I have to sign in to vote. Which kind of makes sense. It definitely makes sense. But it is sad that these are not available on anything other than like a desktop app. Kind of makes me wonder. Oh, I want to kill that. If I on my system open up the browser and just use the HTML5, I'm going to close this because that's probably distracting. Hey, look, I've got a viewer, which totally isn't my iPad or my other browser. All right, so let's go to youtube.com. Apparently, I can't get a like customized URL yet either until I partner, which like also is, it's normal. Am I logged in? I am not signed in. So let's go see. Warming up. There's mine. Ooh. And it's available. Okay, so the cards are available on mobile browsers, just not in the mobile YouTube app. I signed in and I voted already. I liked A. Can I see that here? How would I even close this? I'm not even sure how to get the results of this card. Because I have add card. I have edit card. Did that cancel it? Nope, it's still there. Oh, poll results. So once I've saved it, oh, interesting. So it wasn't really saved before? That's that feels a little bit odd. Okay. I'm gonna close that window. I'm gonna go back to the app on mine. Just want to make sure after saving it, did it suddenly appear? Oh, it did. Okay, so the cards are on the mobile device too. I apparently like it was there on other devices, but then I saved it and suddenly it's on all the devices. That seems like a little weird weird behavior here. And of course, it saved my vote because I was logged in myself on both of them. So then I want to click poll results. Can I change my vote? I can change my vote, but okay, it didn't take. That shouldn't close the poll, right? After voting. Okay, so that's super interesting because so what I have is I voted on B after voting on A on mobile, and it is still showing me as voted on A over here. It's interesting. Also, it shows us 3 people watching, which I'm guessing is probably mostly me playing around with the different windows and watching my own stream myself. So this is sort of interesting. I'm not. It seems to be getting like the first poll. Either that or people aren't allowed to actually vote on it anymore. Now that it's done. I wonder, so I'm gonna close this window, go back into Safari here, and let's go back to YouTube. Go back and take a look at the poll and see if it still shows me as voting on B now. There's not an easy way to like find my channel on the web interface. There's like my videos. No. Oh, fine. Okay, I'll search it. Search it like everybody else. If I just type in Brooks, what happens? There are a lot of people named Brooks who are not me, and my video doesn't show up. Yay! Okay. Warming up. There we are. Well, so it shows me here also as voted on B. So it did register that. It's just not showing this here in these responses. If I hit refresh, sure, like fully reload this page. Yeah. Oh no, B. Oh, I do not like this. I don't like the fact that it reordered it. Has it been this way the entire time? I may have to go look at the recorded result because I was assuming that it was going to keep the same ordering of A, and B, and not just move the most voted one to the top. That was not what I expected. But okay, so if I change that to A, hit refresh. Yeah, then A. So I had to hit refresh to make it get the latest results. I don't think I really like that much. But I can see that the cards might be a little bit helpful. But if I can only do polls and I can't just do other information, I'm not sure how much useful this is. But it is nice to know. The problem that I have, OBS does allow like these overlays for you can put like a website over on top of the stream, but it doesn't work for Linux systems, and that's what I'm streaming on, is an Ubuntu Linux. Oh look, it's giving me my number of viewers who are all me. That's actually pretty cool. I don't know how useful that is. I don't think there's, so I can't do stream next stream. So I'm gonna schedule the streams in the morning. And I remember from a friend of mine who's also streaming, he ran into a problem where when you schedule stream and you start OBS and you start like sending the data to YouTube, it doesn't actually go live until you also click a button in here saying, yes, I do want to go live. I'm also going to be curious with these refreshes if it's going to save my save the archive of the video. I've had weird results in the past where if I like close this video, close the stream, it didn't upload the archive automatically. And I don't think there's any other things that I need to do here. I'll probably want to figure out some kind of thumbnail that I'm doing. I will probably create some kind of, probably as we're programming, I'll just like leave this as blank until we like do something visually that's interesting. I'll save a screenshot of that and then set that as our thumbnail. And with that, I think that's like all I wanted to do to prepare. Maybe also what would be nice is setting up the messages that I'm going to send out to Twitter. I think I'm going to do that now because that way, otherwise I know I'm going to forget until Monday morning or like late Sunday night, and I'm not going to be I'm gonna forget. It's gonna suck. So where do I want to go with this? See, documents, projects, mine, my knowledge wiki. All right, so I learned this nifty trick, and I don't know how, like, if I'm gonna keep it, or if I'm gonna transfer it over to like a real blog and then treat the blog like a wiki. But this is basically a public wiki that I have on GitHub that allows me to just store random little things that I learn. And specifically, I want to, oh, I probably don't want to put it in here. I want to do it in like, in my live stream here. Because I have this random walk Lua, which I probably want to move around, but in the README, or somewhere around here, I can put in my tweets. So let's do my README. What are the things that I'm going to live stream? Announcement messages. Look for these messages when I'm announcing stream. All right, so we'll just do a nice standard thing here. All right, so we can do maybe night before stream. Come wake up. Wake your brain. Join me as I wake up my brain by learning Rust. Join me as I wake up my brain by learning Rust and live on YouTube. And that could be like the link to this YouTube channel. I'll be starting at 7 a.m. Mountain time tomorrow morning. Okay, I think this is decently fine to sort of like begin. I do want to probably change this to be the @ symbol for Rust. Let's go to Twitter. Is there a way to like find hashtags for Twitter? I bet there's a tool for this. Oh man, these are all just all hashtag. Oh, there's a generator too. Okay, so I want Rust. Wait. Oh, these are not what I wanted. I just want to find which companies are using them. Okay, so if I just pretend that I'm writing a tweet now. So like at Rust. So it's at Rust Lang. Ah. Okay, so by learning Rust Lang, using using their book. I guess there's no other like really good link to that. Live on YouTube. I'll be starting at 7 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning. Watch it live at, and then I need to find my channel. Does this have like the channel that I'm going to be at? The server. Share. Okay. View and watch page, but it's going to be this channel. I can't get a custom URL yet. There we go. And now, okay, so if I, oh, that's not going to work. I can't remember the command to sort of like share my my copy buffer, my paste buffer with the system. So instead, I'm just going to cat the README, copy this that way. I want to make sure that this looks appropriate. It's not quite filled up. I don't like the fact that it doesn't count the characters anymore and like tell me how many I'm using or how many are left. So join me as I wake up my brain by learning Rust Lang, using their book at blah, live on YouTube. I'll be starting at 7 a.m. Mountain Time tomorrow morning. Watch it live. I think that's fine. So I'll be tweeting these out at nighttime the night before. I probably won't be doing anything like automated with this, but I might eventually create a script where I can just send this out from the command line, or I'll find some tool that lets me tweet from the command line. What else do I want to put in here? So there's that. This is going to be night before. Morning. In the morning. I'll just call it morning. I am going to starting at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. Or should this one be like starting in 15 minutes? Starting in 15 minutes. Maybe like starting let's wake up. Ooh, time to wake up and start the day off right. Join me at, and then it's going to be, nope, that's wrong. That was also wrong. All right, let's do this again. Morning. Let's start the day off strong. Join me at, and I want to copy this where I'll be learning the Rust language, running less strings, using the Rust book. Running your Rust book live on YouTube at, oh, I'm there. Is there anything else that I would want to sort of like add into this? I kind of want to make this present tense, and maybe like right as I'm starting, I'm gonna tweet, like I'm gonna send these out to all the sort of medias that I'm using. Let's start off the day off strong. I'm learning Rustlang using the book, using the Rust book live. I'm learning. Where I am learning the Rustlang using the Rust book. And then I think I can just actually put a link to the Rust book here. I wonder if this will work. Oh no, look at that. Look at that. That's not cool. Let's just go find it again. All right, save that. I think this is good for like night before morning, and I haven't decided if I want to do like save these recordings. Like by default I have OBS do that, but I've just been deleting the recordings. I just only been doing that because I forget when I do want to have it like seriously keep my recordings. if something happens, I guess I might want to like cut that up and create its own little video for it. I haven't really spent too much time on YouTube before, which is why I only have 9 subscribers. And I only got those, I think, because of the meetups that I've been recording and putting the archives on here. But I think this will be good to start right now. I don't think I need an after one. I think this one can literally be done like a couple minutes before I begin. So let's save this. Added social media announcement messages. Push that up before I forget. All right, so and I also want to sort of play with these. Work through nature of codebook. I want to caveat to we'll be using the Rust language when working through the exercises. So a lot of these are ideas that I sort of just came up with. Didn't necessarily feel that there was any like business opportunities for these. These are more like silly ideas, or like good learning ideas. And so I want the new issue is going to be learn the Rust language. I'll use link to here. All right, where is this? Using the Rust book at here. I want to turn this into a link. No, that didn't work. Come on, go into there. Why can't I see my cursor? There, that works. Submit new issue. There we go. I'm also going to thumbs up this. And, I mean, obviously, the only one to me to work on it, I think like assigning myself is a little bit weird, but labels. I want to create a label. Let's go to issues, go to labels. Okay, got it. New label. Current project. This is the current project that I'm working on now. Save the changes. There we go. Let's go back to issues, learn the Rust language, and apply current project, the label. There we go. So now we can see, okay, that's what I'm working through right now. Then as soon as we finish this, unless something else comes up, we'll be doing nature of code. One of the reasons I like this a lot is because we can sort by like the thumbs up. So we can see, okay, according to all of the comments in here, we see thumbs up the most in this one. Well, since I'm the only one who's voted, obviously that one comes up to the top for me right now. We'll see if people end up coming to watch and voting, then we'll see how that changes. All right, so with that, I've got my messaging. I'll be using this. Kind of sad that this did not auto wrap, but whatever, that's fine. I'll be doing this first stream for real will be on Monday morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. I am not going to send that out by accident right now. And so with that, I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to look at through here or set. Could go to these advanced settings and just look at these. Enable live chat. We'll see what this means. Hopefully it doesn't like catch everything. I don't know what the standard. I want to look at like what the different standard YouTube license is found. Go ahead and leave. I think it might be good for me to like sort of review these licenses, make sure that which one I want to use. Let's go back to our advanced settings. I think syndication is everywhere. I don't have. It has never aired on television US. That is true. I don't really know if that's important though. I cannot embed live streams, which is actually kind of sad because then I can't put that into like a website or something. Promote through cards when the event is live. Promote on my channel page is fine. Ooh, 1 hour before the scheduled start time. That's nice. I hope we don't have to do this and enable age restriction, but I did on Twitch mainly because of like a guest that I had on there, and also chat sometimes is unpredictable. Science and technology was the closest that I could find here. I guess I could do education, but it's really like about me playing around with Rust. Video language is English. Recording date, it's always today. But I don't know. I'll let it figure that out. Video statistics. I am not being sponsored by anybody. Recording. Do not want to make it unlisted. Allow comments. Show all. Top comments. That's something that I've seen more and more people disabling. And in fact, like even removing it from everything, just like comments all across the board. So we might end up doing that. I don't know. Users can view ratings for this video. Enable DVR. No data delay. Save the changes. All right. With that, my cards and my live dashboard, which is back to this. All right. With that, I'm finished this last test stream. We're going to be. I still have to decide what to call this. Right now, it's going to be warm up with Brooks, but I may sort of be playing around with the title a little bit. Look for a message on Twitter. You can actually find my Twitter link. Ooh, can we? In here? No. Okay. I tweet out shortly before. kind of where do I want to put that? Twitter. Nope. Yes. There we go. Put you in there. And if I have any other links that I want to do, I'll look at that. This isn't here yet. How do I refresh? I want to make sure that it looks appropriate on this page first. Twitter, there we go. All right, I think, I want to move Twitter then up. Find me on Twitter at. That's what I'll do. All right, it is 8:01, 1 minute after my normal official stopping time will be. So if you guys watch this in the VOD, thank you for watching. I'm actually going to experiment with closing this window immediately afterwards and see whether or not it uploads or doesn't. So there may or may not be a VOD. But with that, thank you for watching. We'll start officially on Monday morning at 7 a.m. Mountain Time. I look forward to learning Rust. Have a great day.